Hello everyone, welcome back to another video and a completely new plant that I basically bought just 30 minutes ago from a box store close by that I want to show right away in the video. I went to that box store because I basically was looking for a ficus ginseng. I do have already a ficus ginseng and I really enjoy it. I enjoy the way it grows, the way I can keep it in my house, the way it looks in general, so I thought of getting another one. But while there, I stumbled upon this little fella here and I decided to bring it home, and I had to simply bring it home and will in future try to turn it into a proper bonsai. It is a Polyscias. It is part of the Aralia family. I do already have a Ming Aralia, and I must say especially the trunk is very similar to that Ming Aralia, but of course the foliage is quite different to it. It is a bit bigger, the foliage, maybe even a bit too big for bonsai, but I do think it can have a really great look. I saw they had a couple of them actually there, most of them quite thin trunks that didn't really have any nice taper or anything. And then I saw that one in the back of the shelf, and it is simply amazing when you look at the trunk. The size of the trunk is something you normally don't find in box stores, I would say. So it is, I would say, almost as thick as my wrist actually. If I do a fist, this is almost the same size as the trunk here. So it is definitely a very nice looking tree. I especially love this side where it was quite obviously cut back at one point and then grew further in this direction. So you have already this very old, gnarly looking wound that is sealing over now more and more, which in future will just look amazing on the tree. I just know it will. You have great side branches. Also, of course, I would see this as the front of the tree in the future. You have a nice back branch that fills it out quite nicely here. So it is in general already a very nicely structured tree that I saw as it is already as perfect raw material, I would say, as perfect material to further work on it in the next couple of years. It is right now the middle of December, so I will not repot it right away. Just to give you an idea, it came, as it is from a box store, in a simple cover pot with inside, of course, the usual plastic pots. I will keep it in that for, I would say, at least 3 months, so probably till the middle of March, when spring starts to really get going here in Central Europe, and then I will repot it, because I think it is a bit too early now. I have an Aralia that I haven't repotted yet either, so I'm not sure how they really react to being repotted in the cold season. So I do not want to risk on damaging this tree too much if spring is just around the corner in a couple of months. So definitely worth the wait. But until then, I simply will let it grow wildly. I'm not doing too much pruning. I can see there's a lot of new growth points also, so it is a very healthy tree already. So well taken care of, I must say. I hope it is faring as my other Ming Aralia is, that it is quite similar to, because that one is doing very well also now in cold season, and I hope this one will do the same. You can see also on my Ming Aralia that I have that the cuts, they often seal. So that definitely seems to be something of importance for this tree or this variety, simply to avoid infection. It seems better to really seal the wounds. So that is definitely something I will look into more before really doing some hard structural prunes on it. On my Ming Aralia, I did some smaller pruning without sealing up the wounds then, and there has not been any infection up to this point. So probably you can get away with it, but maybe don't try your luck on it too much. I do really like the bark on this one also. It has some faint red color in some areas, which gives it, of course, still more personality. And I cannot stop looking at it because I really love the movement of the trunk line. Especially also here from the back, it is quite nicely looking with the side branch coming off and then the main part of the tree moving in this direction. But I did then see it from this area, basically here, from this view, and it is just very open and inviting. So I would say this is just the preferred front of the future bonsai tree. As I said, I will put it probably in the training pot first in March and do some light pruning because it does get a bit top heavy here already. So it is definitely like the other Aralia that I have, growing very in height, but not really growing out into the width. So definitely I will also try here with more destructional and directional pruning, of pruning always the inner branch to have it spread out a bit more. I will also try to focus on that with this Polyscias and hope it will work as well as it did with my Mingoralia. But I think it is off to a good start. It seems very healthy. It is very dark green when it comes to the leaves. I don't see any leaf that is really struggling or suffering at the moment. So I do have high hopes for this one. So in this video, I just wanted to give you a short, quick overview of what I did get from this little shopping tour into a box store nearby. It is this Polyscias, as I said, and hopefully you will see it in a couple of videos in the future when I'm working on it. When I really get into working on it with repotting it first, then probably already by the end of growth season or next growth season, then some pruning and just future development with this tree that I'm really looking forward to. If you have any questions about this tree, if you have any ideas or any suggestions in which direction you would take this tree, of course feel free to leave them in the comments, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Until then, feel free to like this video or subscribe to my channel, and until then, goodbye.